Hi BookTube, it's Stephanie, long time no see. So sometimes life does things that make things sucky for a while, and in my case it was volunteering to help my sister clinic get ahead of, well, not get ahead, they are behind, help them. Me and a co-worker did that. Turned out that 2 of the persons the next week tested positive for COVID. We were going to test ourselves. She got positive, I got negative, and like 15 minutes after I found out that I'm negative, a co-worker who were not on that extra day of working got positive results, and then another one got it. So I have been distracted, not so much for myself if I got it, because obviously all the 3 people at my clinic who got it, all of them I had worked closely together with during that week, so it was, yeah. And it's not so much me. If I get COVID, I don't think that something bad would happen, to be on the safe side, but I'm more worried for my parents. So I've been stressed, and I have not read anything for over a week since I found out that my coworker who I work with regularly, that she had COVID. So I decided, like, I knew I was failing. So yeah, but let's just go through what I have been reading. I have fulfilled, well, not really, but I will go through what I have fulfilled. For middle grade, I read Norrfren, Vikingarna och Oraklet, which is the second book about a girl who travels through a portal to another world. It's a cute one. I really am enjoying it. I read the first one earlier on. I liked it, and it's a middle grade. I don't know why I wanted to explain what it's about. That's not that video. Then for recent purchase and not heard about on BookTube, I have By the Grace of the Gods, Volume 3, story by Roy and art by Ran. Then yesterday I finished a reread, and that was the novella for Mudbot. So it's Home, Habitat, Range, Niche and Territory by Martha Wells. And yes, after good news, I wanted some Mudbot. Then there's one that I DNF'd. Yeah, I DNF'd Jade City. This is for paranormal. Now this is supposed to be a fantasy. I would classify this way more than this is a paranormal book, except they call it a fantasy since it takes place in a world that's made up, but everything is like in our world. So it's like, okay, I see you tweaking things. This is way too contemporary for me, because basically we have like they are supposed to use Jade to enhance their powers, but to be able to use Jade they need to build up the tolerance for it. So basically they are taking drugs to be able to use the effects of the drug, and then this is about where people have developed a drug that make it possible to take the drug. Basically this is way too contemporary for me, and I was not in the mood. Then the one that I am most disappointed with myself in, that I haven't finished, that is Kings of the Wild by Nicholas Deems. As I'm sitting here, I've just sent a message to Naomi because... where is my bookmark? Great. Okay, I will find my page later. As I said, I'm not read for like 10 to 14 days anything because of stress. So I have 200 pages left, so this one I could use for big book, but it doesn't matter anyway, because let's face it, I need to get myself a punishment anyway. So yeah, let's play a game for December. Oh, before I forget, I might try to participate in Merry Bookmas. Might. Not sure yet, but yeah, we'll see about that. So, let's start with the punishment roll. When it comes to my punishment, if I do not fulfill all the prompts, I will need to pick a book that will not work for any other of my prompts. So the D20 to the aid, number 9. Now, for those of you who don't know, which probably you're not, I decided for funsies that for my D10, when I use those, and for the D20, every time I rolled a 9, it meant book over 500 pages. So my extra book for next month will need to be a book over 500 pages. Great. Yeah, just great. Oh well, but a read friend, I know which book we will pick. So, let's shuffle the cards. And as always, I get 3 cards, yellow gets 9, and if I need to pass the home with my green token, yeah, I think that's the correct term in English, I will need to add another prompt card, and if yellow wins before me, I need to roll the D20 again. Except that time I can actually combine the prompts. So, I don't... Okay, let's go. Paranormal, a fantasy, something in Swedish. Okay, that sounds fine. That sounds fine. Okay, now let's see what punishments I will get. I will just move this. My pile of books I'm currently reading. So, if you want to lose some money, you can bet on, you know, the classic, I will not get a 500 card. Middle grade, a sci-fi, a classic, a veteran on my shelves, roll the D20, book I got, was really excited for, never read, roll the D6, that's a scary one, translated from a language that's not Swedish or English, and something not heard about on BookTube. And in the case of me needing new prompts, they are out of frame, but it doesn't matter because I go through them later. So let's just see here. This is me. Okay, so I can get that one immediately. Where is the troll? Oh, the troll is there. Well. But do I want to get an extra prompt immediately? Yes, because I can get all of them in. Okay, this. Okay, yes, I want to. Fantasy, paranormal, and something in Swedish. And I will actually put them in the correct order that they will be in. Okay. Oh, this is hilarious. I mean, this is okay. For those of you who wonder why I'm laughing, you'll find out why. So, boom, veteran, mystery, and that's it. That was the cards. And now some of you will say, oh, you didn't make anything harder. Well, I can't like push myself, you see, out, and by doing this, plop, and there. And I just remember that I didn't pull an extra card, so I will do that now. So here's the pile, top card, roll the D4. I have never had these few cards, and with the punishment I'm really happy about that, but can we also just say that the big book did not come up? In like these, my punishment is a big book, but in these cards it was not. So let's just go through them. We have the Owl, which is roll the D4, which is a genre die, a Mystery, a Veteran on my shelf, something in Swedish, a paranormal book, whoop, and a fantasy. I needed that so bad. Let's just bring my pile of currently reading books with one that I've DNF'd. Let's just see here. For those of you who wonder, this was usually when I tested this game, how many cards I got. I did not get too many, and then this game starts and I'm like almost always all of the cards. Whatever. So the D4, let's roll it. 3, non-fiction. Okay, let's go. So this, except for my first one, this is the one that have gone the fastest for me to pick out everything for. So I'm so hoping that I'm not jinxing myself, but I needed this. So if we start by my punishment book, which was a book over 500 pages, my next buddy read with my in real life buddy read partner is A Dark and Hollow Star by Ashley Shuttleworth, which is 503 pages, 4 pages with the section about the authors. So what this book is about is that we are following 4 teens who need to solve some murders because the Fae realms have been kept sealed from the human race to keep themselves hidden and safe, and these murders are threatening to break that spell or whatever. I did not read through the synopsis again, but I'm looking forward to this, and I've heard good things about it. So yes, I am happy to read this, and also this is a buddy read, so that's even better that I can fit it for my punishment. What next? What next? Okay, I can do this. Then for something in Swedish and a mystery, we have Agatha Christie, Murder on the Orient Express, except in Swedish. Yeah, why not? I do want to read this. And I can basically just read any of the Poirot books that I have out. Do I have 3 out? I might have 3 out. I definitely have 2 out. But yeah, looking forward to this, and this is a classic. I already know the ending and everything because I watched the show, and this is one of those that's so famous that I'm not like confused about what it's about. But yeah, looking forward to this one. Then another library book, which is The Land of Stories, The Wishing Spell by Chris Colfer, which, yeah, this is part of my Goodreads Choice Award Challenge for 2012. I have one more book for 2011, and no, I have not read it or started it. Yes. And this follows 2, is it siblings? Actually, I have no idea, but we are following Alex and Connor, who falls into this world, and they need to go on a scavenger hunt to be able to get home. Yeah, I'm not even going to read that. But yes, I like the map in here. I think it looks really pretty. So yeah, looking forward to this one, and I would have read this if I had not hit that slump and then not being able to read anything. Then for non-fiction, I'm just gonna put the Toxic Forts, Brain-Eating Amobas, Mosquito Assassins and More on my TBR again. But this one might actually be traded off with an audiobook. I will try to start one, and it's scary. But yeah, I might pick Pandora's Lab instead. But yeah, we'll see what happens. But I'm temporarily putting this on for non-fiction. And yeah, this is a list book with 297 terrifying ways nature is trying to murder you. And then we have the last 2 prompts, which is Veteran on my shelf and Paranormal. And this one is another one that's just cringy, when you kind of say it, what's about. But it's Sealed with a Curse, a Weird Girls novel by Cecily Robson. And this is the first book in that series. And this follows 4 siblings who, and we are following Celia, who, well, guess, like it's a classic, well, I don't know if it's classic, but the premise is like a classic paranormal romance. We have 4 siblings, so I guess there's 4 books. But basically these sisters all got some powers from a curse somehow, and there is some kind of plague going around the vampires, and she's hired by the head vampire to see if she can find some cure or something, or why they are having this plague. And the werewolf clan wants her not to do that because they think that the vampires now, when they are plague-ridden, are very dangerous and they want to kill all of them, and she needs to pick between one of the 2 leaders. We'll see how much of a triangle this will be, or if there's some kind of, triad going on. Honestly, it doesn't matter. I've had this since this came out, and I did look before I picked this up. This came out 2013, so I've had it for at least that long. So these are the 5 books my game have picked out for me in December, with one punishment, which is this one. Yes, and yes, I probably should have picked my Christmas themed Agatha Christie instead, but meh. And no, I have not seen if any of these will fit for the Merry Bookman's prompt, but such is life. I probably will not do it just because I won't. But yeah, so we'll see how my reading in December goes. Hope it's better at least. But what are you reading in December? Are you taking part in any readathons? Please send me down below, and I will see you next time. Bye.